Hi, Keisha and Christine. Are you hearing me? Sorry about the late start. Let me just share my screen so you will see. I think you'll be able to see. I say that Jesus. I'm sure I'm using a different projector now. You let me know if you see my screen. Okay, are you seeing the screen, Christine? I don't think I'm hearing you. Ms. Simmons, are you hearing me? It's low for you. No, nobody else coming. It's fine. Ms. Simmons, are you hearing? I'm not sure if the others hearing because I'm not seeing speaker at their
Yes, I'm hearing you.
And you seeing this? Are you seeing the Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, women's health and wellness.
Okay, all right, great. Sorry, we just started. I had a late start.
I was wondering because I saw 5:15.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're
That's
going to
okay.
start now. I'm trying to run it as live, but she's giving me a little stress.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I don't think I will be able to run it. I'll have to just do it via my phone. Keisha, are you hearing?
Hi, Sherene.
Hi, you hearing me right? You seeing everything? Yeah. All right, good. We're going to start now. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for tuning in via Zoom. And I have some ladies here with me. So we will be doing live in our shake party. Yes. Okay, so we know March is Women's Health, although March is almost completed, but we will be focusing on women's health and wellness this afternoon. All right. So our aim is to be knowledgeable of the factors that affect women's health, and we will be able to define women's health We will be able to identify the signs and symptoms of PMS, premenopause and menopause, and to be able to list the steps to health and wellness. So women's health is a broad category, and this includes health issues that are unique to women. So such as menstruation, reproductive health, and pregnancy, as well as conditions that affect both men and women, such as heart disease and diabetes. But today we will just be focusing on PMS and stages of menopause. So a premenstrual syndrome, which is called PMS, is characterized by various emotional and physical symptoms that occur in the days leading up to your menstrual period. So about 75% of women of the reproductive age are affected by PMS. And this is the most common reproductive conditions that women experience. And you would see that those that suffer from PMS find it occurs in a predictable pattern each month. So there's a long list of symptoms that most women have, and some will tell you it ranges from mild to severe. But regardless of the severity, PMS can disrupt our everyday life, right? And if you read the screen there, I don't know if persons who from PMS, they would realize that that screen there, it really says much, because I suffer from PMS and I will tell you that that's true. See? Right? So some of the possible causes. So in order to treat PMS, we must look into the root causes. And this is a holistic treatment plan, right? And it can help ease the symptoms, and it can prevent the continuation of symptoms each month. So the exact cause of PMS is not currently known, but however, a few factors contribute to this syndrome. So you have hormonal imbalance. A lot of women have hormonal imbalance, right? And this hormonal fluctuations happens during your menstrual cycle, and is a contributing factor to the PMS symptoms. So this is confirmed by the fact that the PMS symptoms discontinues during pregnancy and after menopause. That's the only time you get a break from PMS. However, it is still unclear why certain women are more sensitive to these fluctuations than others. Because you would realize some persons tell you they don't suffer from PMS, right? But research confirms that the higher level of your estrogen, it contributes to the severity of your PMS. So if you have a high estrogen level, then more than likely PMS will affect you, right? Some studies also show that if your progesterone level is low, it can also affect your PMS symptoms. So low serotonin, and this serotonin is a chemical change in the brain, and it may contribute to PMS. So serotonin is a neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter plays a role in mood swings. So there was a research that was done that showed that women with PMS have significantly lower serotonin levels during the last 10 days of the menstrual cycle, which is the exact time that PMS actually hits, right? So low serotonin levels could account for various PMS symptoms, such as depression. Some persons get depressed, they get fatigued, they have sleep issues, they have food cravings. So these are some of the things that happens to us during this PMS time. So vitamins and mineral deficiencies. So certain vitamin and mineral deficiencies also play a role in PMS. So such as calcium and vitamin D. So the slide is not going up. So yeah, you see. Okay, yeah, calcium and vitamin D. So this has shown to have inverse relationship to PMS, because women with high intakes of B vitamins throughout the diet have had less PMS symptoms. So if you're lacking in calcium and vitamin D, then more than likely your PMS, you will have severe PMS. D. Persons, yes, D. Persons with high vitamin B levels has less severity. But if you're lacking D, that's when. So gut health, and that is very, very important. So the imbalance of your microorganisms in your gut health is another theory for contributing factors of the symptoms of PMS, right? So a study shows that the supplementation of lactobacillus, which is a bacteria found in probiotics, and as we talk about the probiotics, also in yogurt, it's found to increase your diversity in your gut microbiome, and persons who do that experience fewer PMS symptoms. So this suggests that the lack of your diversity in your gut may contribute to PMS. So if your gut health is bad, then more than likely your PMS will be bad, right? Endocrine disruptors. So these are chemicals or toxins which are found in the environment, and it can interfere or alter our endocrine system, which is our hormones. A study actually looked at the endocrine disruptors and PMS and found a correlation that women who took action to reduce these disruptors in their environment experienced less PMS than those who did not. So now the important thing is to cleanse to remove these toxins. And you don't want to do a cleanse that's sending you to the bathroom. You want to do a cleanse at removing toxins, all right? So it's good to do a cleanse probably every 6 months, so it will remove the toxins, the heavy metals, and all of these things in our system, and that will help with PMS also. So what are some of the signs and symptoms? So there's a long list of potential signs and symptoms, including emotional and behavioral symptoms, right? Physical symptoms also. However, most women tend to only have a few of these symptoms from both categories. So PMS can look different from individual to individual, and the severity can also differ, right? So some of the examples of emotional and behavioral symptoms are depressed moods or anxiety. A lot of times people get depression and anxiety swings in PMS, right? Crying easily, sometimes they seem out of control, mood swings, irritable, you get angry fast, your appetite changes, you have food cravings, you have insomnia, you have social withdrawal, difficulty concentrating. So some people get brain fog and a change in libido. In the physical symptoms, some persons get breast tenderness, headache, migraines, acne, so you start to break out at that time, fatigue, pains in your joints. Some people start gaining weight because you get fluid retention now, abdominal bloating, constipation, or some persons actually get diarrhea. And so typically, regardless of what signs you get, these signs and symptoms often resolve within 4 days of the onset of your menstrual. So once you start getting your period, 4 days time, you should go back to your regular routine, right? Now, there is no objective measurements or lab work to actually diagnose PMS. So what they usually do is make you observe the patterns, right? And your gynecologist will do that. And these signs and symptoms must be present 5 days before your periods for them to actually diagnose you. So you want to, if you're not sure if you suffer from PMS, then you want to actually note some of the things that you experience about 5 days before your periods and mark it down. Note to see if it actually coincides with PMS and the signs and symptoms. So how can we treat it? So you want to, just 1 second here. You want to balance your hormones, right? So hormonal balance are likely a significant cause, as we said. And the best way to treat it is to improve your microbiome, which is your gut health, right? So you want to ensure you have a healthy gut, because this also, a healthy gut will also affect your neurotransmitter, which is the serotonin, and we talk about the low serotonin levels because there is a link, whether or not we believe it, with our gut health and our brain health. Yes. So you want to focus on having a healthy gut. And as we go along, when we finish the presentation, I'll show you the different stuff that we can actually use to get healthy gut. So your nutrition. A Mediterranean diet is commonly prescribed and is very beneficial for your gut microbiome. So you would see there I have some of the stuff that you can have for good digestive health, some of the foods that you can actually have, right? And also daily intake of probiotics can help to rebalance your gut microbiome. Herbs. Chasteberry is safe and effective for reducing PMS symptoms. Evening primrose is also considered safe. You also have a study which shows that doing these herbs for 4 to 6 months, it actually will give you full effect of for the PMS, right? There's also a Chinese herbal formula, and this helps to relieve cramps, irregular menstrual cycles, infrequent periods, and the PMS. So this supports your liver, and it also helps for detoxifying your body. And you would see there is, remember we spoke about doing a body detox every 6 months. This is where it comes, right? So you want to do a metabolic detox. And some of the herbs that they use for metabolic detox is milk thistle, right? So it will help support your liver. So these are some of the things that you want to also add stuff like vitamin D and calcium and magnesium to your diet because it shows that it helps with management of PMS. And this can help correct some of the deficiencies, right? So then we're moving on now to stages of menopause. Right? So menopause can be broken into 3 different stages. Right? So we have persons who, some women will have symptoms that are very bothersome when they start their 40s. And some, it wouldn't affect them at all. So you will hear people complain of hot flashes, night sweats, probably is the most common one, vaginal dryness, painful sexual intercourse, trouble sleeping, mood swings, irritability and depression, loss of interest in sex, and trouble concentrating. So these are some of the things that you hear most persons say that they really suffer from, right? So your menopause period actually hits when you are 45 to 55, around that time frame. This is when the end of your menstrual period and your reproductive year. So that's the end of it. It normally happens once you see your period have stopped for 1 year completely, then you know you hit menopause, right? Post-menopause happens in your 50s. It's the beginning of a menstrual-free life. So you have your body, your hormones settle down there, so you realize you don't have any effects of hot flashes and stuff. You start to now enjoy life without having menstrual or reproductive issues, right? For some people, it's good. For some persons, they get depressed. So now, you want to start to notice the age that some persons started, because some persons start younger, some persons start older, right? But majority of persons start at 40. Some persons actually note the changes as early as in their mid-30s. Now, they said the earlier you have your periods is the earlier you'll go into menopause, all right? So the level of your estrogen. So the main, which is the estrogen is your main female hormone in your body. And this will determine your menstrual cycle. It may lengthen it, it may shorten it. So you want to, some people may notice menopause-like symptoms, as the same thing, the hot flashes and stuff. But once you go through this for 12 consecutive months without a period, then you know officially you reached menopause, right? So I'll give you a minute to look at the slide before I go again. Okay, so how can we deal with the menopausal stage? Lifestyle and home remedies. So whether you need medications or not, there are some things that you can do on your own to make these stages easier for you, right? If you are smoking, then it's better you quit smoking, because what smoking does, it prolongs the menopause stage and causes it to occur earlier. So you want to learn your hot flash triggers. Hot flashes can be triggered by hot foods, spicy foods, getting overheated, alcohol, tea, or coffee. So you want to note when you get in that hot flash. So you keep a record of what triggers it to avoid them. You want to eat a low-fat diet, diet that is high in fiber and plenty fruits and vegetables, and also include some whole grains in there. You want to also include foods that are high in calcium and vitamin D. This diet will also help to prevent high cholesterol, which is a good thing, right? And you want to get 30 minutes at least of exercise daily, because exercise will help keep your bones strong, and it may help relieve the mood swings and depression. So if you're using caffeine, you want to avoid caffeine later in the day, because it will make you get difficulty sleeping, right? And overuse of alcohol. You want to reduce your stress. If yoga is a good thing to practice, it helps you reducing stress, or some meditation or anything that a relaxation exercise that works for you, right? So we're going on to stuff that we can actually add to our diet now, right? Supplements. So good gut health and restoring your microbiome is extremely important when it comes to reproductive issues. So new research has shown that healthy levels of good gut bacteria not only help with restoring your gut microbiome, but also help with reduce inflammation in your body. And it also links to helping with psychological health and well-being. A study found that women who are overweight, they actually have a reduction in body fat when they started using probiotics in their diet. So probiotic supplementation has an additional benefit. It reduces your abdominal fat, it reduces your testosterone levels, your menstrual regularity, and it preserves your gut and digestive health, right? And you would see, I put there the Simply Probiotics, and ladies, this is what you had in your water, right? So this has 1 billion active probiotics in there, right? One scoop. And this promotes your digestive health. So for persons who have issues with the same acid reflux and stuff, probiotics is very good to add to your diet, right? And what it actually does also, the probiotics helps aids in carbohydrate and protein digestion. So once you eat, it helps break down that protein and that carbohydrate, right? So you have the 21-day balancing program. Remember, I told you you need to do a metabolic detox. This is a metabolic detox. So it has miltitol in it. The miltitol is known to draw out the toxins from your body, and it facilitates digestion. It has dandelion root, and this soothes the digestive ailments, and it relieves persons with constipation. Right? So it's an AM and PM tablet. So you take 2 tablets in the morning, 2 tablets in the night, and it lasts for 21 days. So you can do this every 6 months, and it will help detox you from all the toxins in your body. So we have here, remember we spoke about some of the herbs, right? So we have woman's choice. So the woman's choice includes the plant-derived ingredients, and it helps natural balance. It has soy flavonoids, it has the chasteberry. Remember, we spoke about the chasteberry, which supports your comfort and well-being for persons who have hormonal fluctuations. You take 1 tablet per day, right? However, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you want to hold off on that. If you have breast cancer, you want to also hold off on it because it has soy in it. You want to take birth control. If you're taking birth control or hormonal replacement, you're holding off also. Chasteberry may interfere with medicines that affect your dopamine levels. So you don't want to take chasteberry if you're using any psychotic drugs or any drugs with Parkinson-related disease, right? Because it will interfere with it. Some of the benefits of it, it helps relieve your PMS symptoms. It may enhance your fertility, and it will reduce your menopause symptoms, right? Persons who suffer from depression, migraines, constipation, and breast pains, this can even help. So your hormone, you realize your for women who have the hot flashes, this will work for women who have hot flashes. There was a study that was done with 52 women who were going through the menopausal stages, and 33% experienced major improvements and 36% reported moderate improvements with their hot flashes and their night sweats. And this is using the chasteberry in the medication, the supplement, I should say. So we remember I spoke to you about the Chinese herb, right? So this is the I don't know how to pronounce it properly, so I will not attempt, right? It is made with a root which has been used for the PMS support. So you take one tablet 3 times a day. But if you're pregnant and breastfeeding or history of breast cancer, you want to hold on it also, right? Also, if you are taking hormone replacement tablets, if you have a lot of painkillers, they advise you not to take it. And if you have blood thinners like warfarin and stuff, then you don't want to do it because the root in there, which is the Chinese root, it will affect your thin in your blood, right? So but it helps with your PMS and menopausal stage. It also actually soothes the menstrual cramps. So they call it the female jinxing. Now moving on to the calcium, because we said that you need to up the calcium and stuff. Calcium and vitamin D supports your bone density and also healthy teeth and stuff. Vitamin D improves the absorption of the calcium for bone health, right? And it also is part of a well-balanced diet, and it would help reduce the risk of osteoporosis later on in life, right? So this extra cal is something that you can add to your diet because it is rich in vitamin D also. It has calcium, and it works for proper muscle function, and it contains copper, zinc, and magnesium. And these are some of the stuff that we said that if it's low, you will get the PMS. It would affect you, right? So extra cal will help in that department. So how do we cleanse our microbiome, right? If you realize you didn't do a cleanse for a long time, this is a good way to start. So we use the aloe, we use the probiotics, we use the 21-day balancing program, and we add fiber in there to help you, right? And this is a full 21-day cleanse that will help revamp your gut microbiome. So if you know you haven't been eating well and stuff and you think you need a cleanse, then this is where you can actually start. In that fiber, I think I spoke to some of you all about the fiber. So this is the soluble and insoluble. It supports growth of friendly intestinal bacteria, and it's good for bowel movement, right? This is your aloe. It supports your healthy digestion through the stomach. It relieves occasional indigestion, and it's anti-inflammatory. For persons who are pregnant or postpartum moms, we have something called New Mom for Wellness, right? So life as a new mom can actually be healthy, and we know that because everybody trying to manage baby and you're trying to manage yourself. You're also trying to get used to your baby weight, I should say, or your new body, right? So what we do, we just add 1 packet of that to the shake, your healthy meal shake, and that's it, right? And actually, when I was pregnant and I was taking it, the doctor told me if I'm taking that, I don't need to take the prenatals. So the days I took prenatals, I didn't have new mom. Days I take new mom, I didn't take prenatals, right? Because it has the same amount of nutrition in the prenatals. So the benefits, it supports mental performance and focus, and it also helps regulating your hormones, because we know as a mom, you will have hormonal fluctuation. So this is what your healthy meal has in it, equivalent. Vitamin A, it's equivalent to a 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese in there. Your vitamin C, it's equivalent to 1/2 cup of boiled cabbage. D, it's equivalent to a 1/4 cup of tuna. Your E, it's equivalent to 1/4 cup of cashews. B6, a 1/2 cup of lentils. B12, it's equivalent to 2 eggs. Calcium, 3 ounces of tofu. Zinc, it's equivalent to 3 ounces of cooked crab, well, nice who eat crabs. Magnesium, it is equivalent to 8 ounces of carrot juice. Iron to steak, potassium to soybeans, copper to avocado, and psyllium to cooked liver. So just imagine, instead of eating that nice bowl there, you just drink it and you get all the nutrients. And this is some of the weight loss plan that you can actually start with. This is a quick start, which is 1 protein drink mix, 1 shake, 1 aloe, and 1 tea. The ultimate is what would last you for the full month, because it's 2 shakes, 2 healthy meal shakes. That's the only additional thing there. And your advanced plan, the only difference is you will be adding a belly fat burner, which is Prolester Dew, right? That targets your abdominal fat. That's the advanced program. So you want to take care of your body because it's the only place you have to live. Yeah. So in the 21-day fitness challenge, you will get a meal plan, you get added to support group, and you get your one-on-one coaching. And that brings us to the end. Yeah. Yes. Do you have any questions? And let me see if I can. Anybody on Zoom, you have any questions? Because I will cut you off. So I want to take any questions if you have before, or comments, and then I will end so I can mute the ladies here. Are you good? Okay. Nobody answering? Anything in the chat? Let me see.
Yes, Sherene, we good.
Okay, you're good. All right. Nice. You'll have my number if you need any more information. Yes, ladies, thank you for joining in. See you next month. I'm not sure what it's about next month, but I'll let you know. All right, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.